10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban.
Hello everyone and welcome. This is ESL One Hamburg 2017. These are the CIS Qualifiers. This is day number 2 and we've got a really fantastic game for you here. I'm your caster Moxie. I'm joined by Forge and we've got Virtus.Pro versus Effect. And Effect is opening up with a very strong hero, that lovely Hydralisk everyone loves seeing in their pubs, Venomancer.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong opening from Effect. We've got the Venomancer and the Earthshaker already out. Necro's already been banned, so there's not going to be there's only going to be one green gross dude so far. And the really interesting thing is that Furion's been banned every single series that we've cast so far. Like there is just nobody that wants to deal with that tree man. But we're gonna get the little classic. We got the Enchantress.
Yeah, that's pretty hype. We're also going to get the classic King R Earthshaker again. We saw him play that actually twice yesterday. It was a very big pick for them. He's got very nice positioning with that particular hero. They paired it up with a Void in game number 1, and they used it again the second time with the Marana, Batrider, and all that fun stuff, setting up different arrows and such. But yeah, pretty hype about this Enchantress.
Remaining.
It's always nice to see Lil doing his microing, right?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The interesting thing, though, is that they do pick up a Night Stalker and an Enchantress, both of which can be played either as the 4 or the off lane. So while Effect kind of know that one of these heroes is going somewhere, they don't actually know which one is which. And even VP might not even know. They might just be picking it up and leaving it flexible. It's less likely that the Night Stalker is going to be run in the off lane, but Lil's just like so good on the Enchantress that we might even just see it there.
It's also, I was noting too, looking back, they actually just played in the PGL Open, and their opening pick for game number 2 was Veno Earthshaker. So I feel like Effect was like, wow, this is great, because first of all, we've got, you know, a great Earthshaker player, and then also we'll just take that Venomancer right off the bat, and then we don't have to worry about it. Then we have the Cancer on our side. We've got our Comfort Earthshaker pick here, so
yeah, it's just such a strong. It's such a strong opening because like the one way that you deal with Venomancer is you just TP away, right? Kind of like a Bloodseeker. But when you follow up with the immediate Earthshaker pick, you can't do that because there's always going to be an Echo Slam, a Enchant Totem, even just that long range. How you doing, Fissure? So I really
how
like
you
this
doing, Fissure? I like that. Now we've got a Crystal Maiden, so we are going to have a lot of mana regen, so people can spam out spells. But on the flip side of that, we've got a lot of longevity coming out from Virtus.Pro with the Oracle pickup.
This is honestly such a good pick because now, you know, there's just a free, basically like pseudo BKB or pseudo pipe in Oracle's W, the Fortune's End, I believe it is, where you just cancel out magic damage completely. There's no auto attacks going to be coming out, but if you're running away, you can just quickly press W on the Oracle or any of your teammates, and no magic damage comes in at all. So really nice counterplay coming in with the Oracle.
And that's something they've also been playing a bit of as well from previous games, so definitely feeling really comfortable with that particular pick. But lots of magic damage, like you're saying, coming out from the side of Effect right now. You know, really nice wombo combo when you've got that Poison Nova, the Freezing Field, the Echo Slam, but you know, if you can find a way to kind of negate a little bit of that, always a bonus. And we've got the Alpha Ninja Marana, which we saw just totally run off the rails yesterday. Like, we saw this Marana in game number 2 just absolutely ridiculous, getting kills left and right, just definitely an unstoppable force. So I was wondering if we were going to see that picked up again.
Yeah, it's obviously a very super comfort pick for them. So that no surprise that they go back for it. When you're going up against a team that is as storied and you know, kind of intimidating as Virtus.Pro, you want to play to your comforts, to your strengths, and use that. You don't really want to do anything out of your comfort zone. So they go for the, like you said, the King R Earthshaker, the Afro Ninja, Marana, and they buff those heroes up with the Crystal Maiden. So really nice playing to your strengths draft from Effect coming out.
So do we see something like a Faceless Void? Last pick here for effect. They've got lots of nice stuff that can be thrown into that Chronosphere. Of course, Crystal Maiden doing her Freezing Field with the Venomancer ultimate. And then, you know, if there's anyone still left alive, if they get that perfect initiation, you can have the Earthshaker follow up, or vice versa, of course. Put up with that.
Well, we saw the Sidoi Faceless Void yesterday, so it's certainly possible, but he might be having a little bit of you know, terrible flashbacks to how bad his farm was last game. The Enchantress can put a lot of pressure on the lane early on, and if that is going to be the Pasha Night Stalker, he's just going to get run at a lot, so they might be a little hesitant to run the Void, but it would synergize nicely with their draft. Honestly, something like a Juggernaut might not be too bad either. The Healing Ward kind of counteracting some of the burst damage from the Night Stalker, some of the chase from the Enchantress. Spin TP is always going to be good. They don't really have a great way to cancel that. Omni Slash going to help burst down the Death Prophet. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like the Juggernaut come out for effect.
I mean, this could also just be a safe lane Veno on top of that, and they could get another Initiator into the off lane as well, and seeing that a little bit. Yeah,
that's the one nice thing about Venomancer is that it is a flexible pick, so we're assuming it's an off lane for now, but it could very well just be the Sidoi Venomancer.
All right, so last ban coming up. I think Virtus.Pro is trying to figure out where are they sending this little green guy. Are they going to send it to the off lane, safe lane? Do they have to be worried about something like a Sand King for even more Wombo combo? But,
I mean, Sand King that's pretty all in on the Wombo combo. Like every time those cooldowns are off, if Exorcism is up, that's going to be a push. There is Death Prophet is the only really cooldown reliant hero on Virtus.Pro's draft, so every time the Wombo combo would get used from effect, VP would just take that as an excuse to run at their towers, run at their heroes.
Well, it looks like they're assuming that they're still going to take a hard carry here on the side of effect because they ban out the Sven. That would just be really, really nice for them, obviously. I mean, they can disarm him, they can put up the False Promise as well, but if he lands a really nice Stormhammer, there's just too much stuff to follow up on it. They'll ban it out here. And now I guess we got to see what they're thinking about picking up for themselves.
Yeah, they have a lot of options. The Ramses Bloodseeker might not be too bad because you're going to have, I mean, a lot of heroes low in the early game thanks to the roam from the Enchantress, the roam from the Night Stalker. Ramses obviously very comfortable on the hero. So it's possible we see it here, but they're actually going to go for their own Faceless
Void. They pick up the Void, all right. So that's going to be the safe lane Void. Death Prophet mid, Lil Enchantress, our two supports. So what do we see now on effect? What do they decide? Looks like they're going to
choose your hero.
So this is a pretty good pickup because until Void gets like a Maelstrom, they don't have a great way to clear the illusions, but it is also a very slow hero. And Death Prophet, you know, Night Stalker, Enchantress. It's actually going to be the 9 Pasha Enchantress, and Lil's going to take the Night Stalker instead. So Enchantress flitting into the off lane instead. Have seen this a lot actually in the CIS region lately. The off lane Enchantress as opposed to that position 4. So not entirely a surprise, but just because of Lil's proficiency on the hero, maybe a little off guard. But yeah, this Phantom Lancer, if it gets off to a good start, can definitely be scary. But it's going to be tough when you've got a Night Stalker and an Enchantress in your lane. It is just you.
Prepare for
I can still hear you. All right, to the people in Dota TV, apologize, just having some issues. To the people on stream, bear with us. Moxie will be returning soon.
Oh, thanks.
But we are going to see an aggressive smoke coming out from a VP right away. Full 5-man smoke moving into the Dire jungle. They are going to move up onto the high ground here, looking for some kind of pick-off. Night Stalker leading the way. King R maybe going to get found. And there it is. Fortune Death does come out on to Earthshaker. The slow from the Enchantress as well. Body blocks from the Void. They can't get off the Void. Now it does come through from the Night Stalker. It looks like King R is going to go down. No one gets the first blood.
30 seconds.
All right, guys. It looks like I am back into back into the game, and we are back broadcasting onto Twitch. So apologies for that. I have no idea what happened. I did manage to watch the first blood because I was in-game, but I don't think people on Twitch will have seen it, unfortunately. So again, I don't know what happened. I think it was something with my internet. Apologies, guys. I am not casting from a studio. I'm casting from regular residential internet, unfortunately. But nice coverage. Thank you, Forge.
No problem, Moxie. And the interesting thing I think about this is that now that no one already has his salve and moving towards his second null talisman, they're just going to give the rune to Pasha. And just say, here, take some extra gold, have some extra, you know, money to mess with that Phantom Lancer.
It's always nice. Always nice when you can do even more harassing, get a little gold early, but looking interesting. I'm really interested in this mid matchup here. Now, I know no one... probably one of the best mids in the world. I know there was like an interview or something with Sumail at one point, and Sumail said the only mid he's kind of like scared of playing against, or like doesn't enjoy playing against really, is no one. He says this guy's really, really good, so I'm very interested to see how this mid matchup works out. Already canceling out a clarity here on King R. We'll get blocked off by the fissure.
Yeah, they're going to have to put a lot of pressure on this Death Prophet early. Death Prophet already has kind of a favored matchup. She's got just, you know, a good chunk of base damage. She's got really nice harass and sustain with the Spirit Siphon. Once Crypt Swarm comes out, that's really nice as well. So Afro Ninja going to have a really tough time in this lane. Is actually doing okay for now. She's 3-2 to the 2-2 of no one. But once that Crypt Swarm comes out, the farm, I think, is going to start scaling pretty hard.
Seeing a little bit of movement up here in the top lane. Pretty calm though otherwise from our first blood. Seeing Pasha just trying to really harass the Dota.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I was talking about in the draft. Is just like Phantom Lancer right now is just miserable. You've got a Night Stalker and an Enchantress in your lane. It's really hard to harass the Enchantress other than Spirit Lance, but you know, she's about to get a magic wand, so even that's not really going to work out for you. It's not good. I don't know what it means, but it doesn't sound great.
It's something connection related. I'm still on OBS.
No idea. Says you've reconnected to the game.
Yeah, I'm back in now. I'm not sure what's happening though. Again, never had this issue before. So apologies guys on Twitch. I don't know why this is an issue at all. This is definitely not what I need to. So this is the problem up here in the top lane, is that, you know, Arzik, he's playing this Crystal Maiden, and it's really going to help out Sadoy with that Arcane Aura, but Crystal Maiden not the greatest laning support, unfortunately. She doesn't do much for harassing damage. In fact, the joke is that, oh, Dire Curry was actually killed during that.
Yeah, Solo managed to sneak his way around, catch it between ferrying out the Miranas. Looks like just part of her Bassi or her Aquila. And some extra tangos, that's what it was. Some extra regen for the Mirana. They're going to make a move on to no one, though.
Yeah, King R coming around this corner here.
This could be really big.
The fissure can land over here onto no one. He does have the Spirit Siphon, going to try to buy himself a little bit more time, wait for this fissure to go down. Courier coming around the corner will deliver the items. It's a bottle. And a lot of pressure being placed over onto no one, but no kills.
Speaking of a lot of pressure, you know who's not feeling it is Ramses. Despite the fact that he's got this Venomancer in his lane, who's gone for this really early wards build, Ramses is doing really well. He's top of the CS right now, and Solo's doing a really good job of dealing with this Venomancer.
Oh man, that's gotta stink though, being Solo, having to deal with all of these wards everywhere. But again, he's doing a great job. He's zoning, not so much zoning actually, but just keeping the Venomancer busy for the most part. So Ramses can hit the creeps. And again, like you said, you know, 26-9 right now for CS.
And he's getting his range scrutinized too, which is big because that's going to help the XP disparity between having a dual lane versus a solo lane. Like, he's keeping up in levels with this Venomancer, which is really impressive. Man, no one is deep on the enemy side though. Afro Ninja very low.
Yeah, we've got some movement going on over here where they tried to do something over onto no one, and they'll actually get the kill over onto King R. Trying his best to harass, but there's still Lil over here on this Night Stalker, and he's looking to maybe pincer over onto the Mirana. She's moved down though. She wants to go and maybe grab that rune, but doesn't matter. Lil has found her. He's going to try to get that last hit with the Flying Vision. We'll be able to go ahead. We see that King R has made a rotation. but too late, unfortunately.
Yeah, gonna get some bottle crowing now from no one. He's just gonna send the courier back to base with the bottle. And he's just gonna happily go back, you know, maybe farm some jungle camps, probably just sit in his lane, 'cause that's what Death Prophet's really good at. And Lil finds another kill on the Venomancer in the meantime. And he's going...
Sorry about this, guys. I'm a little off my game. I'm not sure why my stream keeps hiccuping. So I'm gonna lean heavily on Forge right now as I figure out this stuff.
It's okay, Moxie. I'll carry you.
You do it. Carry me to caster victory here.
Well, Pasha's got his phase boots now, so if Sadoi wasn't already miserable, now the harass gets so much easier. Just walk up, throw a couple of right clicks, phase boots away. If somebody's, you know, running away, I'm just gonna chase him down. This hero's so obnoxious right now. They are gonna make a movement onto her. King R trying to come in, but I don't actually think they have the damage to kill her. Once she gets, you know, she's got Fairy Fire, she's got a Magic Wand, and of course Nature's Attendant is ridiculously OP.
Well, I mean, the amount of untouchable that she's actually got here, she's got 3 levels of it, so it's going to be very hard for them to take her down because they don't have a whole heck of a lot of burst damage, but...
Yeah, and they picked up the CM to deal with the Enchantress creeps because you just, you know, you frostbite them and they go away. But when Enchantress grabs a siege creep, that doesn't really work out because they've got so much magic resist.
They've been putting so much pressure over here onto no one, and it feels like he doesn't have any pressure at all. We see the arrow does connect, though, along with the fissure. There's going to be a frostbite. They're going to try really hard to take him down. The Spirit Siphon just keeps sustaining him, though. He might actually get out of this. Can they get just a little bit more damage onto him? Bottling through. Moronok's going to jump forward. Needs maybe one more hit. The fissure comes in. No one going to try to hide in the trees. We do see a rotation coming out from Lil. We'll be able to save no one. Arrow comes in, though. Perfect arrow, and it will land over onto FNJ, thanks to King R's fissure there. That was a lot of resources dedicated to taking down no one.
I mean, he almost lived despite all of those resources. Like, he had 3 Spirit Siphon charges ready to go, so when 3 heroes showed up in his lane, he's just like, I'm gonna take your health, and your health, and your health, and he almost lived. Like, CM had to immediately back off the gank because she was gonna die. Did end up dying anyway once Lil came in. And, I mean, just the tankiness that comes in from this hero is ridiculous.
And we do see King R now in a little bit of problems here. We'll throw out the Enchant Totem, try to fight off. Lil pops the Shrine. He's looking for someone to come give him some help here. It looks like in comes Mag. They're going to try to get this kill. Ramsey, though, following up. He's looking right now. He does have the Chronosphere. Won't even need to bother popping it. So that Shrine is down, and they will get the kill over onto King R.
Yeah, Bash coming in at the perfect time. Ramsey's praying to Gaben and having his wishes fulfilled. Enchantress now moving towards a pipe. Or not a pipe, sorry, a hood. So if she wasn't tanky already, she's going to make it even harder to kill her. Pasha's just having the time of his life in this top lane. He's got almost as much farm as the safe lane Void.
I mean, he can't really do much against the Enchantress right now, but it's not like she's putting crazy amounts of pressure onto him either.
I mean, the craziest thing to me is if you look at the net worth chart, at 8 minutes in, Lil is ahead of both the enemy mid laner and the enemy safe laner.
That's pretty ridiculous. Crystal Maiden realizing that she does not want to be here anymore as no one makes the rotation to the top lane.
Yeah, they're going to take this tower. No one doesn't even have Exorcism, but they're gonna, I mean, Enchantress just takes towers so quickly, and with that Enchanted Siege creep as well, it makes it just so much easier. There is gonna be a move onto Solo and Ramses, but without Poison Nova, I don't think they get this kill.
I just feel bad for Solo. So just sitting here, just trying to contain all of these wards that are just being thrown left and right. They use the Chronosphere, though. They'll go and jump over onto Mag. It looks like the Darkness is going to get popped. Ramsey's still going to be able to get that kill. And now they're pincering over onto King R. Poor King R. He just wants to get out of here. They throw out the nuke, but aren't able to purge it off. So he might be able to get away here. There's going to be the Enchant Totem. He throws the Fissure, but they're caught on the other side of it. And there's going to be a nice root holding him into place. Lil still kind of on the hunt, but they realize they're around a shrine. Solo already just says, no, I'm out. That totem, unfortunately, not going to be able to land on him just quite fast enough. And they will retreat. Ramsey's just happy to go ahead and hit these creeps. He got a kill with his chrono, so life is good.
I mean, that they're so okay with that trade. They didn't waste that much time on Ramses. He chrono kind of stuttered a little bit to follow that, but for the most part, all they did was force Afo Ninja to rotate to the bottom lane while no one just farmed and got his level 9 and is, you know, he's got 1,000 gold in the bank now. So
no one's so strong right now. 71 is 16 for his current CS. What's Pasha doing up here?
Pasha is immortal at the moment. Is how he's doing.
Yeah, Sadoy's got to be careful. He's actually a little bit afraid of dealing with Pasha currently. Again, those points in Untouchable really helping out, and that hood making her very tanky.
I just, until they get like Echo Slam and like Poison Nova and then like maybe 2 other items, I don't know how they kill Pasha without like a full 5-man rotation and a super long, ridiculous chase on top of that. And now he's got 2 siege creeps, so now he's going to push this tower really hard.
Yeah, this Enchantress is doing a lot of work. Has not even had to leave this lane either.
And if you're
double cardies, you know, that's always nice. That extra magic damage, or magic resist rather.
And they are going to make the rotation. Afo Ninja's got a haste rune. He TPs up to the top lane. They are going to try and make this happen. Fisher comes out. Siege is blocking the arrow. He can't get it off.
Look at that hood though. She's got those the spirits just healing her up as well. They're not going to be able to catch her. Even with the haste in Mirana, I think really the Crystal Maiden too. I was just laughing because you see Mirana coming in so fast and Arzik just try. He's like, I'm coming. I've got this frostbite. I'm a little slow.
Yeah, and really nice positioning there from Pasha to not let that arrow come through. Every time Afo Ninja was trying to get the angle on it, he just might lose the siege creep over.
You are just too quiet. Although we do see a fissure come out here over onto no one. They get them or deny over onto the tower. And see Mirana, they'll turn back around though. They want to try to get this kill. I don't think they're going to be able to quite catch her. They do pop darkness and they force Team Effect to move back here.
They really just need to delay. That's their key right now. They need Blink on Earthshaker. They need like Poison Nova and Veil on Mag.
Look at this dive behind the tower. They really want to get Mag here. They don't want to let him get off anything. In fact, they'll take him down. Lil gonna have to try to run himself around the corner. He's stuck with this fissure. They're looking for him. He might be able to TP himself out. They go ahead. They use the False Promise onto the Death Prophet, and they heal her up as well. So they pop the Ghost. Could opt to turn this around, but they definitely saw that the Night Stalker went and TP'd out. So I'm not sure if they still want to go in on this. They use the Chronosphere. They're definitely in for it. So Ramses, he picks out his target. He kills off the Ninja. We'll turn back around. King Art just cannot catch a break. Earthshaker, he throws out the fissure, tries to trap. It's going to buy him a little time, but they're still like so strong right now.
The level disparity is really coming into play now. Both of the supports still don't have their ultimates. Veno has not opted not to, trying to max out wards, delay the push, and that's what he needs to do. Even if they lose these outer tier 2s, it sucks, and they're probably going to have a tough time recovery farming. But that's really their only way back into the game, is like hope that Mag can just stall the game with plague wards at this point, because Sadoy is still trying to get that Diffusal Blade, and until he gets that,
King R just caught in the wrong spot again. It's just becoming food at this point for Ramses and Lil.
Yeah, I mean, the top 4 net worths are all Radiant heroes, all Virtus.Pro heroes. I mean, I don't know. They need to get some really good team fight off to come back in this game, which isn't impossible with their lineup. It's not impossible.
It's going to be hard, though, definitely, especially when you see how much Lil has actually snowballed here. 4-0 and 4 right now. He's going for this courier as well. Should be able to grab it. Oh, no, he's just going to back off a little bit. Unfortunately, maybe he just needs a bit more speed. And we see the tornado coming out here from the Wild Wing creep.
That is the most like obnoxious thing to have in your mid lane in the early game. It's just that Wild Wing Ripper going off.
And it looks like the push is on over here for this tower. They don't have Lil right now. He's off into the top lane. Looks like Void is just really happy to be able to go ahead and do his farming. Ramses, of course, very, very efficient farmer. Just make his way around the map, but yeah, they've only got, you know, the two dire towers for their tier 2s left. They're just mowing through them and running at them.
Yeah, once
into the Roche Pit they go.
Yeah, Exorcism's about to come off. He's got an Arcane Rune. He's just not even gonna be shot. He's gonna pop it right away.
They're gonna commit Ghost to this, actually, on top of everything else, so
He's got
a very easy Roche.
He's got an arcane rune. He doesn't care.
I love watching Enchantress tank Roche just because he can barely hit her with all those points of untouchable.
15 minutes in, we're gonna get our first Aegis. Mag is just completing his veil now, so this is a nice big power spike. This is kind of what they need. If he can get one more level and get his Poison Nova, they actually, and you know, they've got Freezing Field on CM. They could win this next team fight. Probably not defending the tier 2, but they could win the next team fight.
Yeah, Pasha actually just backs off, goes bottom, and protects the tower while the rest of his team, you know, they use the remainder of the ghosts onto the tower, and they're getting into position. They do have a nice dire ward over here on the side that's going to spot them out, and our Zeke needs to be careful. He sees them there, but Ramses is just feeling very, very comfortable. Top lane, too. We see that Alpha Ninja is getting bullied out here by Lil.
He's prepping the arrow.
Arrow gets thrown.
No.
Yeah, he turns around. He wants to go after King R. He doesn't want that Echo Slam going off at all. Lots of damage getting thrown onto Lil, though. He needs to be a little bit quiet. The rest of the team showing up, though. We'll put off a little bit of harass over onto Solo using that Chrysanova. Mag throwing out some of these wards, but I mean, they're just getting chopped down so fast.
Yeah, they're not afraid to just run at them and deal with the wards. You don't want like if Venomancer has like 5, 6, 7 wards, you can't really deal with it. So they're trying to deal with them as they crop up, so that you don't have this massive wall.
I mean, that was the story of Solo's life in the bot lane, was just Ramses hits the creeps, Solo hits the wards.
I mean, it worked out for them though, because Solo got, you know, he got himself a bit of farm that way. He's got an urn, he's got arcane boots, he's got a wand. Like
yeah, he got gold from taking down on those wards, definitely. Alright, got a haste screen up and running over on no one. We've got Exorcism as well. I don't even think they really need to pop it for this tower. They probably just hold on to it for the skirmish.
They might pop it, but you're right. It's probably not important. They probably won't. Gonna see here. They're just gonna siege in with the Pasha siege creep. They know that the effect doesn't want to fight into them right now, so they're just gonna force the high ground push.
Well, save the ghost for high ground. That's what's going to be most important. And again, we've got the Aegis up and running over onto Ramses. So yep, there's the Exorcism coming out. There's not too much that these supports can do. These ghosts can still hit the tower, even though they are... Owner is behind that fissure. They do manage to get the mid tower, tier 1, thanks to Alpha Ninja. But I mean, yeah, there's the Chronosphere coming out. They jump immediately over onto Mag. They don't want to deal with any Venomancer shenanigans. He's just obliterated here. He does buy back. There's so many ghosts though flying around. Looks like King R, he's trying to get forward here. He's got Echo Slam, but he just can't get in anywhere near these guys. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger. He's incredibly poor. He's had 5 deaths already. How do you deal with what's being thrown at you here? They're happy taking the tower. They'll back off and no doubt probably think about going for shrines as their next objective. And Effect is left with cleaning up. Oh,
he's going for the bait. He's going for the bait. It's working.
He's following over on. Yeah, you don't realize which one here.
That was really well done.
Sadoy will be able to TP himself out.
That was really well done by Sadoy. He baits it out, and then as soon as he sees Void committed, he TPs instantly. Because that's the only stun that they have. That was really well done.
Oh, they spot Alpha Ninja over here. Do they have detection for? No, I thought they popped the Moonlight Shadow. It looks like it just went out, though. They do turn back around. They see Mag, though. Trying to do something over onto Solo. Solo, he goes ahead. He uses his ultimate on himself. Trying to buy himself some more time, but it looks like they just kind of want to get out of here. Ramses already on the retreat. Look at Solo. He's like trying so hard to stay alive here, but they will eventually take him down. And now Ramsey's going back in. He's looking over here. He wants to get this hit over onto Alpha Ninja. Arrow comes out. They dodge it like it's nothing. And they've moved down here. They want to take this last tier 1.
And this is kind of what I mentioned during the draft, is that just that like Sadoy hasn't felt comfortable in fights up until this very moment. And at this point, they've lost all their tier 2s, one of their tier 1s, and it's not impossible to start making a recovery now, but it's definitely a lot more difficult. Just because they had to wait so long for Sadoy to show up.
We've got the Vela Discord up and running, though, over on Mag now. That's going to help out quite a bit, especially coupled with Mirana Starstorm. But yeah, these fights are looking pretty tough for Effect.
The good news is that Lil is no longer in the top 4. He's still in top 5 for net worth, but
he's very close to that Phantom Lancer.
He's getting overtaken though. PL's catching up. PL's a slow rolling hero, but once he gets rolling, he can actually. I actually think he does have the toolkit to deal with this VP load. It's just going to come down to, can he do it? Can he get there?
They're already pushing, though. Yet again, they've got to smoke up over on Ramses and Lil. They'll go ahead, they'll use the Exorcism over here, push into the base, try to get some damage over onto these racks. And the rest of the team isn't quite there yet. Crystal Maiden, of course, not there. Neither is Alpha Ninja. He's trying to just split push. Now, important to note, they don't have Aegis on the Death Prophet. They're going to really be depending on Ramses to get that opening for the Chronosphere should something go wrong.
I mean, they've got Lil, or Solo, sorry, just sitting back with False Promise. He's queuing it up.
There's the jump forward, though. Beautiful Chronosphere coming out here from Ramses. We'll be able to grab the Phantom Lancer. The dunk comes out on the back end as well. They didn't quite finish off over here onto the Phantom Lancer, but they're still chasing after King R, looking like he's going to go down. Will fall. Ramses going for it, finds the Crystal Maiden, gets a couple nice batches, slows her down even more if that's even possible, and he'll be able to take down Mag as well. So Doi running himself out. Alpha Ninja, there's the defusal yet again. He's just so slow, plus you've got the Enchantress slowing him down even further, and the Impetus. That's a team wipe. Effect. GG's. Victory smoke going on here.
Yeah, just like such clean execution. And the fact that VP won all of their lanes meant that already having a slow hero like a PL and it just made the road to recovery so difficult. VP putting on a really good showing here in game 1.
All right, guys, that was game number 1 of this best of 3. We'll be back with the next game shortly. Apologies for some of the technical issues. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet. Again, I am